Okay, let's just jump right in because honestly, my head is still spinning a little on this one.
I don't blame you.
Usually for these deep dives, I've got, a stack of articles, research papers, somebody to give us context. We're looking for patterns.
Right.
But today, we have a single source, just one razor-thin slice of information that popped up, yesterday evening?
That's it. It's a huge departure from our usual format, but I mean, you can't really ignore a leak like this when it lands.
No, you can't.
We're not looking at a published study or some polished blog post from a CEO. This is, well, it looks like raw source material.
Raw is a good word for it. It literally has the header,
Which is Russian, yeah. For our listeners, that just translates to inserted text.
inserted text. That's such a weird, specific detail to start with. It sounds like something from a spy novel.
It really does. It adds a whole layer of texture, doesn't it? It suggests we could be looking at a copy of a copy, maybe data that was intercepted and, pasted into a new file.
But what's underneath that?
Well, underneath that strange header, the document is explicitly labeled. It says secret document.
Yeah.
And the content claims to be an internal report directly from OpenAI.
Okay, and this is where it gets gritty. And frankly, a little chaotic. Because this didn't come from a major newspaper or a whistleblower site. The source indicates this surfaced on 4chan.
The internet's Wild West, basically.
Exactly.
And look, normally you'd just dismiss anything from an anonymous image board. It's mostly noise, sometimes it's hoaxes.
Mostly.
But every now and then, real things leak there because it's so messy and anonymous. And if you look past the venue and just focus on the project name in this report, the noise, it just falls away.
And that name is?
It refers to Project Q Omega, or specifically Q star, and then the Greek letter Omega, Q.
Okay, we have to pause on that name, Q.
Yeah.
I feel like half the internet has been whispering about Q star for months. Before we even get to the Omega, can you just break down why that letter and that symbol are so important?
Sure. So the rumor mill, the theory, has always been that Q star represents a major breakthrough in logical reasoning for AIs.
As opposed to what they do now.
Exactly. Most models we use today, they're just fantastic predictors. They guess the next most likely word in a sentence. The theory behind Q star is that it bridges that gap between just guessing and actually planning.
So like strategic thinking.
You've got it. It's the idea of an AI that can think multiple steps ahead, like a chess grandmaster, not just react to the piece that just moved.
So Q star is the brain that can actually reason. But this leak isn't just Q star, it's Q star Omega.
Right. And words matter, especially in engineering and project management. Alpha is the start, the rough draft. Beta is the testing phase.
And Omega.
Omega is the end. It's the last letter of the Greek alphabet. In engineering, appending Omega to a project name usually implies it's the ultimate version, the finalized, fully realized system.
It sounds very final.
Yeah.
And if the name suggests it's a finished product, the timeline on this document seems to back that up. This isn't some old file.
No, and that's the part that really grabs you. The report is dated January 2026.
So right now,
This isn't history, it's a snapshot from today. We are talking about a document that was potentially generated just days, maybe even hours, before it leaked out.
so we have a secret document dated January 2026 about a project called Q Omega. But let's get to the core of it. What does the document actually say? Is this just a proposal, we hope to build this someday kind of thing?
And that is the most critical distinction here. The source text doesn't say project proposal. It's not a training schedule. It explicitly describes the testing results of the new model.
Testing results.
Okay.
Help us and everyone listening understand the weight of that phrase in the AI world.
Think of it like building a new kind of rocket. A training run is when you're still building the engine, you're pouring in the fuel, all the data, and you're just hoping the physics and the math hold up.
And it takes forever. Costs a fortune.
Months, billions of dollars. And you really don't know if it works until it's done. But if you're looking at a report on testing results,
The rocket's already built.
the rocket is built, the training is finished, they've turned the key, they are running it through its paces, doing benchmarks, they're evaluating how smart this thing actually is.
So they aren't guessing anymore. They know what it can do.
Precisely. They're looking at the scorecard. And the fact that this specific scorecard, the results for the Omega model, ended up on 4chan, it implies that someone inside, or someone with access, saw those results and decided they could not stay secret.
It's a massive escalation. We went from vague rumors of Q star to a leaked report on the performance of Q Omega in, the span of an evening?
It changes the entire conversation. It goes from, is something like this possible, to, okay, how is it performing right now?
So just to recap for everyone, we've got a leak from yesterday. It's on 4chan, has a weird Russian header. It claims to be an internal OpenAI report from January 2026 this month.
Right.
And it's not a plan. It's detailing the testing results of a model called Q Omega, which implies a final, complete version of their next-gen reasoning technology.
That's the reality this source puts in front of us. A finalized model, it's currently being tested, and its results are sensitive enough to be classified as secret and apparently to trigger a leak.
It just leaves you with this, I don't know, this very specific, slightly unsettling feeling.
It certainly raises the stakes. And it leads to the question I think we all need to sit with for a minute.
Which is?
If Omega really does mean the end, the final version, and this report contains the actual results of that system, what did OpenAI see on those charts in January 2026 that made somebody decide a leak was inevitable?
That is a huge question to leave you with. Thanks for jumping into this deep dive on such short notice. We'll obviously be watching this space very, very closely.
Stay curious.